Oh my God, bro. I wake up and I'm like, damn, I'm in trouble.
Lies.
You better not lose. It does stink. You know, I wouldn't do that.
You know what?
Do the thing, do that. Okay, no. I knew that shit was gonna happen. That's how it gets out the. Oh my God, bro. Y'all don't listen for shit, and that's the shit that pisses me off. Y'all are stupid. Y'all are stupid. I told y'all, get out the river walk.
Meet Santos, a glorified background character on TikTok who managed to claw his way into internet relevance by latching onto some of the most chaotic and problematic characters online. He popped up out of nowhere in Ashley Trevino's unhinged live streams and rode that wave straight into the darkest corners of TikTok drama.
PS5?
You are going to get the PS5 and anything else you want.
Okay, I'm so happy.
How many games do you want?
Hey, what game that we've not got? The GTA 6 coming out right now? GTA 6. GTA 6? Black Ops 6?
Now, if you've been blessed enough to not know who Ashley Trevino is, allow us to ruin your day. Ashley is widely known as one of the internet's most unwell moms with a rap sheet that includes multiple CPS visits, online meltdowns, and a disturbing tendency to overshare every aspect of her train wreck life. From flashing her viewers during live streams, to proudly admitting she's into dating literal prisoners, to grooming boys barely out of high school, she's got the internet's worst behaviors on lock. Oh, and she has 2 very young daughters through all of this, which makes the whole thing about 10 times worse.
And y'all are really trying to get my kids taken from me, and it's not gonna happen. Do you know how many CPS cases I've had on me in the last 4 months, and I still have custody of my kids? Like, you do understand when you call CPS, you have to have actual proof that they're in an unfit condition. I took a bird bath. I'm just kidding. I seen his pee-pee. He's seen the new.
Oh, you want to say that?
Yeah.
He's seen the new. You better stop.
Hey, so I'm head out.
I stopped at the gas station there yesterday, and both of the cashiers, I was like, Daddy, just kidding. Could not afford the kids' Christmas presents, you guys. This is all I bought. It's okay, this is what I bought. You see those little bags right there? So, Bath & Body Works.
Santos, of course, didn't just associate with her, he dated her. Let's set the stage. Ashley was 35. Santos was allegedly 19. Gross, right? But hold your sympathy for a second, because this isn't a case of a naive teen being groomed by an older woman. Nope. Santos has proven he's just as messy, and arguably just as dangerous. This guy's lied about his age more times than we can count, faked a military ID and certificate, and has even been accused of sexual assault by multiple women. And yet somehow, despite all this, he continues to grow his social media following by partnering up with equally unhinged creators like Brie Olson and Shoddy Bay, creating a revolving door of chaos and drama. Oh, and did we mention he's already a dad? He became a father at 19 and is now being dragged online for being a textbook deadbeat. TikTok users are constantly calling him out for neglecting his daughter in favor of live stream feuds, content farming, and knocking up Brie Olson, his current equally controversial girlfriend. So today, buckle up as we take a deep dive into the world of Santos, the TikTok menace with a disturbing track record, a drama addiction, and a whole lot of skeletons in his virtual closet. Santos is a Mexican-American social media personality who seemingly appeared out of nowhere and carved a niche for himself by teaming up with a rotating cast of internet disasters, including low-tier lolcows like Shoddy Bay and, of course, Ashley Trevino. According to famous birthdays, Santos was born on March 26, 2005, which would make him 20 years old today. But as with most things about him, that age is up for debate. The internet is split. Some believe he's really only 20. Others think he's much older, and that the age he's parroting around is part of something far more manipulative than just a number on a bio. But we'll get into all that sketchy stuff a little later, don't you worry. Right now, let's look at the kind of content Santos produces for his nearly 1 million TikTok followers. And spoiler alert, it's just as chaotic as the people he associates with. The first video Santos ever posted on TikTok was on July 17th, 2021, a seemingly harmless post that would end up marking the beginning of one of the most baffling character arcs on the platform. At first, it looked like he was trying to build some kind of brand. You know, one of those self-made TikTok boys who talk about their military past and pretend they're deep. He even posted a few clips while allegedly on duty.
It's my life, do what I want, I be with different hoes. You know the pick and roll, I picked her up and sent her home.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. That phase did not last long, because when the military content flopped, Santos pivoted fast. Suddenly, his entire feed was filled with girls. So many girls. A new one in almost every video, like he was running a rotating cast of guest stars. Were they girlfriends, friends, Craigslist extras? It's unclear. But what was clear was that Santos was trying to push this weird bad boy ladies man persona. The kind you find in energy drink commercials and high school lunch tables. And look, nobody was buying it, except maybe the TikTok algorithm. Because while his bro time and solo posts barely got traction, the ones with girls, they started pulling numbers. And Santos, ever the opportunist with absolutely zero talent or skills, took notes. He figured out fast that if he couldn't charm his way to the top, he could fake his way there, one blurry TikTok girl at a time.
Dime si tú estás pa' mí, como yo estoy puesto pa' ti. Tengo una noche a Medellín y te pago el gym. Nena, dime si tú estás pa' mí. Voy a salir porque mi morra me botó y me invitaron para el club. Te tengo todo pa' mí. Estoy segura que tú no te quieres.
So from there, his content spiraled straight into what can only be described as an extremely nasty and unhinged territory. He was making digs at his exes, playing heartbreak victim, and posting the most painfully staged skits with women who looked like they didn't even know the camera was on. And no, this wasn't edgy or funny or even chaotic good. It was just bad. But Santos actually became visible on the internet when he first collaborated with Shawty Bae. Now, if you've been on the internet for more than 5 minutes, you know Shawty Bae is the blueprint for low-tier internet spectacle. So naturally, Santos gravitated to her like a moth to an LED ring light. And wouldn't you know it, the very first video he posted with her blew up. Millions of views. Just like that.
Bélico, excéntrico, mi flow de malandrín. Traigo una corta, también un mini, alabanzo fósil. A las fresas les gusta, siempre vienen.
So of course he did what any TikTok clout chaser would do. He doubled down. Suddenly he started claiming he dated her. In one of his unhinged videos, he even said that Shawty Bae was pregnant, which turned out to be a lie.
Estuve enamorado por un rato. Luego me quebraste el corazón.
But as soon as that wave died down, he went straight for his next target, Ash Trevino, one of the biggest lolcows on the internet. Now, the videos he posted with Ash were pure theater, and not in a good way. These weren't just awkward or staged, they were actively painful. You could feel the performative cringe energy oozing through the screen. And yet, TikTok lapped it up. Those posts racked up 17 to 19 million views each.
I'm trying to take it pound. I'm trying to lay that shit down on her.
Ábranle paso a la modelo de revista. Tú no estás viendo la chapa esa mamacita.
I love her.
Not satisfied with cringe content alone, Santos also latched onto D-Kane, another creator best known for, well, being known. Their collabs were just an excuse to stir drama and chase negative engagement. Because Santos figured out the ultimate TikTok cheat code. If you don't have talent, just become the internet's favorite train wreck.
Te tengo todo pa' mí.
I like to feel cute sometimes, little bro. What you gonna do about me feeling pretty? Throw a gate at you?
But perhaps the most confusing piece of this low-budget reality show is his beef with someone named Honey Pack Amanda, the mysterious, semi-mythical TikTok entity associated with libido enhancers and tiny gas station sachets. According to Santos, he got into an argument with her at a pool party. The argument got heated and turned into a physical fight.
So I know everyone's been asking how am I doing and everything. Doing okay now. You have a few bruises on my face and that's it. But let me explain what happened. So I was invited to a few parties out here in Phoenix, Arizona, and there was a few pool parties. So I had my swim trunks and everything ready. What I expected in a pool party was everyone to be jumping around and like, you know, having a good time. But instead, this is what I run into. I run into Honey Pack Amanda and her minions, David. So I wasn't expecting any beef because I was holding a Frenchie, you know, that was my little prop to the party. And again, I was only prepared to go swimming and having a good time. I thought it was kind of crazy when I saw a bunch of honey packs laying around. But that kind of explains why she was acting the way she did. See the necessary point of bringing a strap to a pool party. There was no ops there. There was no one there. But anyways, chat, they were obviously trying to harass me when I was on my way out. And David Vlogs wanted to hit me right as soon as I was already leaving with the dog in my hands. So they were really scared of me doing something like this at the party. I'm a friendly person. I don't know what they're doing.
In the comments section of this video, a lot of people pointed out that he might have said something about Amanda's mom that started the argument. So Santos might not be as innocent as he's playing out to be. The point we're trying to make here, and trust us, it becomes painfully obvious once you scroll through even 5 of his TikToks, is that Santos doesn't have a brand. He has a strategy, and that strategy is drama. His entire online identity revolves around inserting himself into the most chaotic, messy, and emotionally volatile situations he can find, all at the expense of other people. He doesn't create content, he creates tension. And let's be real, he has no talent, none at all. Not even by TikTok's already dangerously low Lolcow standards. So instead he leeches onto controversial creators and hot-button storylines like his life depends on it. His most recent host is Brie Olson, a TikTok personality who recently became a mother and has been involved in some of the most unhinged behavior we've seen online. She's currently locked in an exhausting and very public custody battle with her baby daddy, and from what we've seen, she's already lost custody of her son.
Tim and Bob, Bobby Valentino, you know how we do. It's another one.
I saw you walking down on Melrose. You look like
Santos swooped in mid-crisis, played the supportive guy-friend role, publicly fought with her ex, and now the two are officially a couple, cranking out messy TikToks like it's a joint brand deal with dysfunction. And oh, they recently announced on nearly all of their socials that they're having a baby together, which is honestly heartbreaking considering both of them have already shown they're unfit parents. Brie practically lost custody of her child, and Santos barely acknowledges his own. Now they're bringing a new life into the chaos.
You can ask the flowers. I sit for hours telling all the bluebirds, the Bill and Coopers, pretty little baby. I'm so in love with you.
Santos also recently gave an interview to Camila Arroyo, and let's just say it sent TikTok into yet another spiral, a true digital circus. In this sit-down, Santos opened up about everything from his very public, very performative whirlwind romance with Ashley Trevino to the ever-growing list of allegations that follow him around like a bad smell in a hot car. But before we even begin to dissect what came out of that interview, or what came out of his mouth, which is something worse, let's rewind a bit, because you can't understand the full absurdity of that interview without laying out the disaster that is Santos's entire online existence. Let's start with the obvious. His deeply bizarre, deeply cursed relationship with Ashley Trevino. Now, we've said it before that they dated briefly, and yes, we're putting dated in air quotes because this wasn't love. It wasn't even TikTok love. It was a business transaction wrapped in chaos, doused in liquor, and set on fire for views. According to Santos, and please take this with a grain of salt because you can't trust anything that comes out of his mouth, Ashley reached out to him after seeing him on one of Shawty Bay's live streams. Apparently, she saw something marketable in him and decided they should collaborate. From the start, it was never about romance. It was only about attention. Two creators with zero self-awareness and even less chemistry deciding to monetize delusion.
How did you and Trevino become associated with each other?
To be honest, I just, got a request.
So you started doing lives?
Yeah.
You normally do lives with random people?
Yeah.
Okay. So
she was trying to reach out to me, and I was at Shawty Bay's house, and it just stirred up a lot of drama.
Okay.
And then we took off after that, viral pepperonis showing on Twitter. Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that, but that was on your live?
Yeah, it was on Instagram. I got banned permanently.
How did that happen? So I know I asked her, and she was like, "Yeah, it was an accident." What happened? What truly happened in that situation? How did that end up happening?
I was just being the troll I am, know, and I'm a little flirt sometimes. So.
Okay, so you were flirting with Trevino.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Santos claims he was 19 years old at the time, which would already be a little uncomfortable, but then in true Santos fashion, he lied about his age and told Ashley he was 22.
25? 24?
Shut up! I'm 22!
Military.
But wait, because it gets way worse. Allegedly, Ashley's 16-year-old daughter had a crush on Santos while all of this was happening. So now we're not just in cringe territory, we're swimming in an ocean of moral discomfort. At this point, this story was not just messy. It was completely chaotic and insufferable. From there, things escalated quickly. Suddenly, he was filming thirst trap TikToks, going live with Ashley in streams that made viewers physically recoil, and openly mocking her with his friends when the cameras weren't rolling. It was all extremely high school theater, but with 10 times the red flags and none of the self-awareness.
PS5 and anything else you want.
Okay, I'm so happy.
How many games do you want?
Hey, what game that we've not got? The GTA 6 coming out right now? GTA 6? Black Ops 6?
What other games?
What other games?
There's 6,000 people on here. Really, Santos? Really?
Well, good, right?
What do you want to know?
How do I know this one?
How does that make you feel? Just kidding. Just shut the hell up.
Alright.
Are y'all jealous because I'm in the same room as him or what?
Do the thing, do that.
Okay, no tongue, please. No tongue. We want the tongue in the mouth. We want it to stay in the mouth.
I seen his
I see this nunu is ridiculous.
No. I seen his pee-pee and you see mine.
Nunu?
One of the peak disgusting moments happened in this entire story when Ash and Santos decided to collaborate with Miss Gold and release a song about their relationship. If you're new here, buckle up, because this is where the secondhand embarrassment reaches critical levels. Ashley, in what can only be described as a TikTok-induced fever dream, released a song with the wildest and most lewd lyrics ever. We don't think there's a bad enough word in any dictionary that can describe this song perfectly, so you might as well hear it. So this is how the lyrics go. I have seen his pee-pee, he's seen the new-new, I got the new-new, I got the new-new.
Simple as that. I've already seen his pee-pee, and he's already seen my new-new, okay?
Yeah, that's real. And yes, Santos responded to this lyrical assault by getting the word new-new tattooed on his wrist, because nothing says long-term decision-making like permanently branding yourself with a word used to describe someone's genitals in a song that was made for clout.
Can they hear him?
What are you doing? You're getting the nunu tatted on you?
Oh, they can. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I think that girl was.
What's happening?
Some of y'all go get washed.
That he's really getting no salad on him?
Yo, where's Jack?
Hey, Santos.
What's up?
Esta viejita no me quiere, güey.
I was joking, chat.
Not only that, but after this song went viral, they both started calling each other Mr. and Mrs. Nunu. And if you thought that was the low point, think again. In one particularly horrifying live stream, Ashley literally flashed Santos her nipples in front of thousands of viewers.
Oh, it's not approved. What the
They didn't approve it.
No.
You want to go on Instagram? Let's go to your Instagram. On your...
Okay, but tell everybody to follow
Here,
Instagram.
send... Oh, wait, let me... All right, so...
Instagram?
Yeah, we can go on Instagram. And you could be freakier in there.
Shut up, stupid.
Oh, I'm just saying. On there?
I'm gonna right now.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna need you right now.
You're gonna need me right now? Then put the rose toy away and get on that flight right now. I'm gonna bite your lip again. I love when you bite your lip. Like that.
Baby,
Lick whatever you want. Pull
I'll
up.
let him.
Say, pull up. Pull up. If you really bite that, say pull up. Vas a ver qué feo.
She also showed him her infamous rose toy, a detail we wish we could unknow. She later claimed she was blackout drunk, which, if you've ever watched one of her live streams, might just be her natural state. Everybody who's followed her for more than a day knows that she records most of her content in a drunken state. But honestly, Santos seems sane enough to know right from wrong. He wasn't some clueless kid caught in a storm. He chose to get involved with Ash, fully aware of what that entailed. He played into the chaos, milked every ounce of it for views, and now conveniently acts like he was the innocent one all along, as if Ash was the only unhinged party here. Nice try, Santos. The good thing is that their collaboration or relationship did not last long and imploded in a glorious pile of livestream rants, subtweets, and mutual humiliation. The two began hurling accusations at each other like it was a TikTok-sponsored tennis match. Santos uploaded a TikTok saying that he had cut her off, blocked her, and claimed her house had bed bugs and that her daughters slept on air mattresses.
Mrs. Nunu, I'm officially done with you publicly and privately. I blocked your number and I got your man. And we're in Mexico. Your kids sleep on air mattresses. I saw one of them pop. Now, and you slept over one time. Don't lie, you got one of those, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? You got one of those.
I ran away because they were crawling everywhere, bro. I had to go. I had to get out of it.
And no, it does not smell well. You can ask Santos.
It reeks.
That's why I also...
Santos also insists that Ashley owed him thousands of dollars, alleging that he paid for Airbnbs, transportation, food, basically everything while she freeloaded and brought nothing but chaos to the table. Whether that's true is anyone's guess, considering Santos's ever-flexible relationship with facts. But he's told this story so many times, it's practically part of his identity now.
All right, so how about you worry about giving them money instead of DK's bail bond? Oh, and apart from that, you also owe me more than $1,000. So how about you put those $1,000 that you owe me and buy them some fucking bed, like better than an air match. Like, you know, they have tape on that bed mat. Come on, can you look at them? He owes me so much money.
Then came the truly horrifying part. Santos accused Ashley of sexually assaulting him, claiming she tried to kiss him multiple times without his consent.
Have you ever claimed that she SA'd you?
Well, she has tried to do stuff, and I'm like backing her away. Like,
What does that mean?
like she tries to like kiss me and everything, like on the lips. Like I'm fine with like a little kiss on the cheek or whatever on the forehead, but on the lips.
Do you
no.
think Miss Nunu thought you guys were in some sort of relationship, situationship, anything like that?
Nah,
You don't believe that she...
Nah, that's the thing. Like,
You have done nothing to make her think you guys were in some sort of situationship. It was all business.
I mean, it's obvious that she knew it was this business.
Unfortunately, there are several clips where she pulls him in, kisses him on the cheek, and he visibly recoils. It's genuinely upsetting to watch, and it doesn't matter how messy their situation was. Ashley is a 36-year-old woman, and he was 19. Seeing her behave like this can give anybody the ick.
I wake up and I'm like, damn, I'm in trouble.
Lies.
You better not listen.
But of course, in classic toxic duo fashion, Ashley wasn't going down without throwing her own grenade. She hit back with her own sexual assault allegation against Santos, though the details were vague and constantly shifting. In one now infamous live, the two of them confronted each other about their claims, turning what should have been handled off camera into one giant public trauma dump that no one asked to be a part of.
Oh, tonight, Ashley, Trevino, and Santos were arguing with each other during the live. So before they ended up like this on a single live together, she was lying about him on her own live, and then he was lying about her on his own live. Like, she was saying she was gathering evidence because he was hitting her, and she like showed a bruise on her arm. Then they came together and Ashley was pressing him like, why'd you say I was on a contract with you? Like, I don't be making no money with you or like around you. Like, you didn't make me, I made myself. And he was like, well, did I not like make all these other people like Goldie? Like, I changed her life. Now her live streams get like 10,000 people. So I did that. So I did that to you. And then he apologized for everything. And then they went back to loving each other.
You know what? Get off live, I resign.
And who was I talking about? Who did I tell to get off live? You or Miss Gold?
All of them. You said all of them.
You or Miss Gold?
You said all of them.
Sure, they get out there as much as possible. But I want you to do it the most pure way.
You said all of them.
I remember the live in the morning, and I'm the one helping you all out.
No, because they literally asked you, whoever you were on live with, I don't know. But it said they asked.
I was on live with Brianna and...
Okay, so they said, who do you have under contract? Miss Gold and you said all of them.
All the... Okay, what are the girls that are... Every single girl that I'm putting on is on a 5-year contract. Every single girl I put on is on a 5-year contract.
Miss Gold or Ashley?
All of them. Okay. Yeah. So either way, my goal is to make sure they get out there as much as...
And as if things weren't already nuclear level messy, Santos went on to make videos mocking Ashley's nunu, calling it dusty, smelly, worn out, you name it. In retaliation, Ashley claimed that Santos licked her rose toy.
Miss that nunu?
Yeah, low key, yeah. It would be kind of dusty when I'd be like, you know, from the back, but...
What?
We're talking about Ash? It'd be dusty. I had to wipe it off real quick before anything. It had some cobwebs. I'm a granny pounder.
Bro, you're tripping.
I am a granny pounder, bro.
Santos was caught licking your rose toy on live. What the f were you doing with that toy?
Nothing.
So he just wanted...
I just had it sitting right there the night that he came over.
Right.
Yeah, we're sorry too. We wish we were making this up. We wish we could bleach the memory from your mind. But sadly, this is all real. This is content now. And if you've made it this far, congratulations, your brain is officially as damaged as ours. But don't get too comfortable, because the story doesn't end here. Even after everything blew up, neither of them moved on. Ashley still has her own deranged little brand based on unhinged live stream, chaos, and controversies. But Santos, he has nothing without her. He still brings her up, still references her, still uses her name for views like he's clinging to the last shreds of a plotline that ended seasons ago.
Location. Better time, they the worst. They got too many to please. Spent over 100 G's and she still wasn't pleased.
And that brings us full circle to the infamous Camila Arroyo interview. For nearly an hour, Santos sat there trying to play the misunderstood victim and flailed through a series of half-truths and whole lies. One viewer summed it up perfectly in the comments, saying, 53 minutes of him lying through his dentures. And honestly, that's the most accurate review of his entire online presence. Santos doesn't just collaborate with unhinged internet personalities, he also becomes one whenever the views start dipping. One of his favorite pastimes is bragging about cheating, like actually flexing it. He talks about it openly, almost proudly, like cheating is a personality trait.
Second time's a charm.
You're cheating on Ash?
That's my mom.
That's her.
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
You should be.
Let me exit out. I'm embarrassed for myself. Take care. Cuídate.
In one especially unhinged moment, he kissed Brie Olson on camera, knowing full well that he was still involved with Ashley, and that Bree had a boyfriend at the time. And when Bree's boyfriend confronted him, Santos did what he does best: lie. He denied everything, then doubled back and claimed he tripped. Yeah, tripped into someone else's girlfriend's mouth, apparently.
To say on social media, right? The one I told you?
Yeah, that one you would get sued if you said that.
Yeah, I just, yeah. We should watch that.
Bro, look, this is the best Christmas present I could ever wake up with. Jenny, thank you for the galaxy. Look, like waking up to that Christmas present and this Christmas present.
Good Christmas.
And like, come on, like, you have to think about it. Like at my age, like as a guy.
Wait, have you
like,
been to Corpus?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, it's really close to San Antonio. It's like 2 hours.
I'll show you a few pictures of Corpus.
You're on the beach or no?
I had little grills at the time. I used to wear grills when I was younger.
Where's the
Yeah, so
Okay,
like, I got rated this year. Like one of my. Yeah, so.
So yeah, people already know.
People already know what.
Also, I'm in a court case right now, so I don't.
Ash, wait, is that the real Ash? Let me see. I can't tell. Yeah, that's the real Ash. All right, Ash, we're heading over there. Oh, I'm heading over there in a bit. I'm just waiting for my outfit to come. I know. I'm trying to take a nap too.
I'm so tired.
I'm gonna spend Christmas with Ash.
Yeah.
Oh, this reminds me of when you and Bree were together. Remember that?
Bro, there's no guys. They were not together.
We were just hanging out.
We were together, right?
Huh?
No, we were hanging out.
They were not together.
I was in Dallas to see my son.
Hey Ty, they are lying to you. There is literally clips of them kissing. Lol, don't be the delusional.
Never go to Dallas. I only was there to see my son. That's why I went.
If
And
they were
Santos
together,
was
I
already
would've
there
seen
because he was hanging out with Ash. Remember?
Yeah, I was with Ash. Open that.
This one.
Yeah, hold on.
We've never kissed, yeah.
Baby, tell me.
What?
Is there a clip of you kissing Santos? Is there a clip? What do you mean,
Like,
yes?
wait, what?
On accident. It was one time.
How do you accidentally kiss him?
Because I tripped.
I tripped too.
Be serious right now.
Yes, I showed you.
Yeah, no, don't touch my shit.
And if that wasn't enough, he and Bree later made a whole TikTok mocking the situation, flexing how they dumped their exes and got together like it was a cute rom-com instead of the messiest stunt imaginable.
Babe, we live together. Why do you need my location?
I was playing, dude.
Oh, okay. They want to know about all the times we've been together that we lied about. Should we tell them? So, well, you lied on Camila's podcast. You said that we had never been together.
Okay, Camila's podcast.
Okay, we were together during the Ash Trevino stuff, obviously. Then he went on Camila's podcast and lied about it and said that we were never together. And he was battling my ex and saying that we were never together. And I was going along with it because I was like, okay, whatever. When's the first time we slept together in that house? Say it.
I think in the shower, no?
Yeah, I was in the shower. It was the day before we went on the Mammoth trip, snowboarding.
Why?
Okay, so we hooked up in the shower the day before we went on the snowboarding trip with Itai. And then we had that whole trip and everyone was like, y'all look like y'all like each other.
Oh.
All right.
Nah, but we were already feeling it. Why were we feeling each other already?
There's even a clip of Santos proudly admitting he cheats, like it's just something cool guys do.
There's no more me and Shawty. I'm moving now.
Other than being a crappy partner and a professional clout leech, Santos is also often called a deadbeat dad, and well, there's some truth to it. Apparently he had a daughter when he was pretty young, but if you follow him or any of the low-tier creators constantly hovering around him, you'll notice something strange. You never see his daughter. There are some TikToks on his account featuring his daughter, but you will never see Santos actually spending much time with her. There's been speculation that he might have lost full custody, but honestly, from the looks of it, he was never really involved to begin with. Multiple TikTok creators who've had beef with him have brought this up during lives and videos, and every time, Santos has absolutely no idea what to say. He either goes quiet or mumbles something vague and moves on. Take this clip, for example, where 2K called him out directly for being absent from his daughter's life.
all of the mothers were influencers, and if they got paid to post their baby, or if they got paid to post how they parent and all the parenting advice and just things they do as a parent, if they got an opportunity to get paid for it, they would do the exact same. You're in that opportunity to do that, and you don't even do it. You don't even do it in real life.
This dude, you make your parents take care of your kids.
I have one parent. Stop saying parents. I have one mom, okay? And my mom, I don't make her take care of my son.
And your kid has two mothers. And your kid has two mothers.
No, my son has one mom, and my son has one grandma.
Exactly.
And your daughter has no dad.
I'm there when I can be. I'm not able to be there. I'm not able to be there 24/7.
Then why aren't you? Why aren't you? Because I put myself in a position.
Young.
Hey, even when my son is with his mom, I'm still there.
Partying. Yeah, you wake up Chris Breezy. That's how y'all broke up. Y'all woke up Chris Breezy, chat. Come on.
If you don't know who this guy is, he is 2K, the baby daddy of Santos' current girlfriend, Brie Olson. And yes, this is the same 2K who filed for full custody of his son after Brie literally kidnapped the baby and took him to a content house in LA without telling him. That whole mess was its own level of insane, and we've already covered that disaster in another video. But this information should not come as a surprise because we already informed you that everyone Santos associates with is unhinged and insane, just like him. But do you know a fun fact? Santos was there at the content house with Brie while she hid her child from his actual father. And guess what Santos suggested they do with the baby? Prank him. Yes, prank a toddler. There's a clip where Santos is suggesting throwing water on the baby and recording it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, they're still going to the other ones.
Your village is a bunch of you will enjoy jail bitches.
Okay.
Now stop going.
Bath time, bath time.
Anonymous.
Brie, should we bring wheelchair and like splash me with water?
He's so.
And just as a reminder, this is the same man who's about to become a father again. A man who ignores one kid, encourages pranks on another, and somehow thinks he's built for round two. Now let's talk about Santos' age, because as we already told you, his age is up for debate. So initially, when he came into contact with Ash, he said during a live session that he was 22 years old. And for a while, everyone just rolled with it. But then something weird happened. A person who was live with Ashley at the time noticed something strange on his military ID. According to the ID, his birth year was 2000, which would make him 24 years old today.
That means you're 25? 24?
Shut up. I'm 22.
Military ID doesn't lie. He's 24, guys.
He's of age.
I got his ID right here.
But here's the thing. His military ID is allegedly fake. For a good chunk of time, the internet genuinely believed Santos was 24 years old. But then came another twist. The police showed up at Ash's house, claiming that Santos was actually 19. They showed up at her place because Santos was drinking at her house, which of course is illegal for someone underage. The officers even warned Ash to be careful with him, which says a lot, considering she herself is constantly being warned about.
So,
but he's not drinking.
I had a reason to be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's 19 years old. Nobody's going to jail. You need to be a little more aware of who's coming to your house.
Can you please tell them to quit harassing my dad?
No.
Don't you worry
That's
about
y'all
it,
on TikTok. Okay?
No, but they're on the phone. Like, you bitch.
Here's your ID.
Can I put the open up your phone?
Here's your ID back.
Thank you.
Just be a little more aware who you got coming here. People are watching. He's drinking. You provide alcohol to a minor. That's an offense.
Okay, but he's literally not even drinking.
Nobody's going to jail.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So y'all have a good night, okay?
Thank you.
Can I ask you something real quick?
What's up, man?
Is it against the law, just so you know? I put that sign up there for my daughter. For somebody to come
You're goofy.
Take it.
My fucking age, bro.
Swear to God.
Eventually, Santos confirmed it himself on Camilla's podcast by showing his real ID, revealing that he was, in fact, 19 years old. So based on the current evidence, it's believed that Santos is actually 19, not 22, not 24.
Claimed to have served in the military and sustained an injury, yet at 19, you mentioned having a few years of active duty. Were you on active duty for more than 6 months? Why were you discharged?
So I did join the military.
At what age?
17.
How old? You can't enlist until you're 18.
I was emancipated, and then I had graduated high school early.
Do you have your GED?
No, I have a high
Do you
school.
have your ID on you?
I do.
Can I see it? March 26, 2005. So it is confirmed here that is Santos' real age. How long were you active for?
I think it was like active for a little bit more than 6 months.
Why were you discharged?
Because I got injured.
How?
I tore a muscle under, like, I don't know what it's called, but it's like it's over here in the back of my. I don't know if I can show
Your
that.
hamstring?
Yeah.
How did that happen? And what branch were you?
Air Force.
Air Force.
But the fact that he's lied about his age so many times has left plenty of room for speculation. Like, how do you lie about being 22, then get caught with an ID that says 24, only to be actually 19? At this point, people couldn't figure out why he would lie about being older in the first place. But during a live session with another creator, Santos admitted that he had messed with the back of his military ID so he could keep doing his work. What kind of work, you ask? Going to nightclubs. And not just clubs. He owned a food truck, had a liquor license, and was hanging out with people his mom's age. The problem is you can't legally do any of that if you're under 21. So yeah, it all makes sense now. Here's a clip of him openly admitting to tampering with his military ID while also trying to defend it, claiming it's not entirely fake.
Miami. I was over there in Brickell for 2 months.
Wait, so what is everybody saying about a fake military ID thing?
Bro, they're not, bro, it's a real military ID. The only thing I did was mess with the back part of it so I could keep doing the things I do for work.
Honestly, that might be true. Because if he were really 19 when he met Ashley, went bar hopping and drank alcohol, he could have been in serious legal trouble without that fake ID. And we all saw the fallout. His liquor license got revoked when police found out about his real age, which made him quite upset. We even saw him crying about it on Ashley's live stream. And when we say crying, we mean full sobs over a liquor license. It was so embarrassing.
Everybody. I can't even get walls right now, bro.
Yeah.
Stop. I got you. I told you that. I told you I got you. I got you. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. Stop. Alright, guys. Anybody that sends a fucking galaxy under mine and Santos, we will fucking follow y'all back. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate that so much. Keep sending those galaxies, you guys, and we will fucking follow y'all back, you guys. Keep fucking sending those galaxies.
But aside from lying about his age, Santos has also lied about his time in the military. According to him, he joined the U.S. military in 2023 and served 6 months of active duty before being discharged due to an injury. That's his story. But the internet didn't buy it for a second. For starters, he once posted a military certificate that looked like it came straight from Google Docs. People immediately started calling it fake. Not only did it look sketchy, but it didn't match up with the dates or details he gave in other interviews. And if you think we're exaggerating, we're not. A content creator named Maria Eliana did a full investigation, going through all of Santos's old and new interviews, and pointed out inconsistencies in nearly everything he said about his military service. Listen to her debunk his lies in this clip.
I think it was like active for, I believe, like a little bit more than 6 months.
Active for a little bit over 6 months. Discharged due to injury. As I covered in my last video, the training for the military is about 6 months in length. So 6 months of training comes before active duty. Total would be 1 year that he would be like physically in the military. So that contradicts entirely with what he says in this interview that he did 5 months before.
A few years into active duty, I did injure myself and I did request to get out.
But how long have you been in the military?
Since 2022.
So 2 years?
Yeah.
How did you join at 17 then and you're 19?
Because I was an emancipated adult.
A master trader degree.
I went in as an E3, like with already a higher rank.
Oh, already a higher rank.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, just because of my college degrees.
Because of your college degrees. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Y'all know what time it is. A fact check time. If Santos had joined the military in summer of 2022, and I say summer because he mentions that he had graduated high school at 15 and then finished an associate's degree, which takes 2 years because associate's degrees are usually about 20 classes, sometimes more. If he had finished community college in the summer of 2022 and went directly into the military, also in summer of 2022, did 6 months of active training, followed by 6 months of active duty, totaling to 1 year, that means that he would have been discharged from the military in the summer of 2023. However, his first TikTok post about being in the military was in January 21st, 2023. And his last TikTok post about being in the military was February 18th, 2024. That means that the majority of his posts being in the military on TikTok would have been posted an entire year and a half after he had already been discharged from the military, if he's telling the truth.
She didn't just poke holes in his version of events, she tore it apart line by line. From service timelines to discharge details, nothing added up. But that's not all. She also discovered that Santos kept changing his story about his education. In one interview, he claimed to have 2 associate's degrees. In another, he said he had only 1. Meanwhile, we're all sitting here like, how does a 19-year-old with a fake ID and a TikTok addiction have time for 2 degrees?
I joined in. I was the youngest Air Force member to ever join. I had one college degree at the time. It was an associate's in applied sciences. My highest level education is like I have 2 associates, but just because of my college degrees.
Again, in case y'all missed that, he literally just said that he had 2 college degrees, and then 7 months later said he only had 1 college degree. So which one is it? Santos, do you have 2 college degrees or 1 college degree? Huh?
Bro, why are you lying? Everybody's saying you're lying, bro.
Oh yeah, I joined in when I was 17.
He's trying to play us right now.
He's trying to play me because I don't have my comments on, bro.
Unless Santos somehow started college at age 12 and graduated in under a year, the math does not add up. It sounds like, I made this up while extremely high and hoped no one would check. Spoiler, someone checked. And now we all know that he is the biggest liar. Going further into this story, we wanted to give you a very clear warning. Things are about to get extremely dark, twisted, and disturbing. Everything we've discussed so far about Santos was just the warm-up. The fake IDs, the military cosplay, the TikTok thirst traps, all of it is nothing compared to what's coming next. So, brace yourselves. Not so long ago, Santos dated a girl named Mecha, a popular TikTok creator with over 1.4 million followers. You probably know her if you're chronically on TikTok, but if not, just know she's no random person from the internet. Now, while Santos never really mentioned Mecha directly in his content, it's clear that they were in a relationship and it ended very, very badly. After Santos blew up on social media, she came forward with a list of allegations so disturbing that they honestly make all of Santos's other controversies look like minor TikTok drama. According to her, Santos was physically and emotionally abusive throughout their time together. One of the most disturbing allegations she made against Santos was that he burned her with a curling iron once.
Like in a physical abusive way, even though he burned me once with a curling iron. He grabbed the curling iron and he stamped it on my leg once. Yeah. He would basically like manipulate.
She also claimed that Santos would often force her into doing things she didn't want to do, and whenever she refused, he would become manipulative and aggressive. According to Mecha, this was a repeated pattern. And here's the really upsetting part. When Mecha got involved with Santos, she was barely 16 years old, turning 17, while Santos at the time was already 18, so they were both extremely young.
I would move his hand, or every time I didn't want to do something, he would start acting sad and telling me that he was my boyfriend, that's just what relationships do. And he would tell me that he like every time he tried to touch me and I didn't let him and I moved his hands, he would be like, oh, I'm not a rapist, make me feel like a rapist when I'm just your boyfriend, I'm just trying to hug you. Or
beyond the abuse, Mecha also said that Santos stalked her, and not just after they broke up. She claimed this stalking started months before they even got together, when he was already following her around, watching her, and allegedly trying to insert himself into her life in extremely creepy ways.
Before I even met him, and he's basically like in the back of those pictures. I'm like, this is me in March 15, 2023, months before I met him. I met him in September. This is me, this is him. Now, here's another picture. Me and my friends, him in the back.
Okay. Everybody share this out.
After they broke up and Mecha decided to speak out, she said Santos responded by threatening her, and not in a casual, vague TikTok beef kind of way. We're talking full-blown horror movie levels of threats. According to Mecha, Santos told her that he would kidnap her, hand her a script to say whatever he wanted, and that the next day people would find her somewhere cut up into pieces.
To speak about him, and when I did, he threatened me, and I have it on recording. Look.
Cuando te secuestran y estás en pinches bolsas, and you appear just in front of me, and I'm like, all right, now go on your account, go live, and you just say these words. I'm gonna give you a script, and you hear me crying. And I'm like,
Well, he's saying in this voice memo, whatever, he's basically saying, because he told me that it's because I spoke out about him on Pancho. After I spoke out about him, Pancho, he told me that he basically threatened me right here, saying that I was going to be found in bags, that I was going to be threatened, that I was going to be kidnapped. And after I got kidnapped, he was going to give me a script, and I was going to say everything that I was going to be crying, and the next day I was going to be found in bags. That's basically what he said.
We wish we were making that up, but we're not. And that's still not the end of it. Mecha also brought up an old video of Santos where he was caught using racist and degrading language toward women of color because, of course, he just had to check the racism box on his already horrifying rap sheet.
I could be like, I'm a nigga because I fuck black girl. That's how you showered. I got no better black girl. You're so stupid. Fucking Santos.
Then right here, you can see that it's him.
Bro, did I just save the monkey population?
Just being very. Another thing that I want to clear up is the fact that I did not record this video. I exposed it, but I did not record it. He is. He's just a bad.
After this, Mecha went further and accused him of being involved in serious illegal activities, saying he regularly used cocaine and that he was connected to dangerous individuals involved in criminal behavior. This wasn't just her venting or speculating. She explicitly said that if anything happened to her or her family after speaking out, Santos should be held responsible. And she didn't stop there. Mecha claimed that she had even more damning evidence, material that proves Santos's involvement in illegal activities, and that her friends and peers would release it publicly if anything happened to her.
Very illegal activity. He does a lot of white powder every day. He's into that. I've seen him do it. He's involved with some illegal people that are dangerous. So I want to say, if anything happens, because he knows where I live and he's tried to leak my address, if anything happens to me or my family, I blame him. And Santos, if you're listening to this, because I know you are, if anything ever happens to me, I have friends that will upload other more illegal stuff that he has, dirt that we have on him, if he tries to do anything to me. And one more.
But perhaps the most disturbing accusation of all was Mecha claiming that Santos was involved in sex trafficking.
He's involved in that. I'm telling you right now, he's involved in it.
We know that's a heavy claim, and yes, it's an allegation, but it's not something you throw around lightly, especially not on a public platform to over 1 million followers. Mecha made it crystal clear. She believes Santos is not just dangerous, but criminally dangerous. And honestly, based on everything we've seen and heard so far, it's not hard to believe that there's more to this story than we know. Other than Mecha, there are at least 3 more women who've come forward with accusations of abuse against Santos, and their stories are even more disturbing. One of the most prominent voices in this growing list is a girl named Angelina, who has openly and bravely spoken about her horrific experience on multiple platforms. In one of the live sessions where she was joined by several other TikTok creators, Angelina claimed that Santos raped her while she was high and partially passed out. That's not just traumatic, that's criminal. And what makes it worse is the fact that it allegedly happened at her own place where she thought she was safe.
Well, for one, the R word.
Yes.
For 2, I can't even say the word, but I was basically, oh my gosh.
Or say it like nicknames, I guess you could say, or like cold.
So you said he graped.
Yeah, and tried to, how do I even say this without Coca-Cola? Tried to put that in when I was literally, like, when I was, like, literally, like, I couldn't even help myself. Like, I was...
No. Why? Dude, what the hell?
Not... And honestly, I guess that's my fault. Like, I shouldn't have even...
Nah, don't blame yourself. Nope.
Don't blame yourself.
No.
Yeah, don't blame
You had a
yourself.
lit ass time and you just had a piece of there.
And that's the thing. I would never, ever, like, ever joke
not
about
something to
something
fucking
like
play.
that.
Now, before we continue, we want to give you a trigger warning. What Angelina shared in her second, more detailed live is deeply heart-wrenching and extremely difficult to hear. So if you're sensitive to these topics, just skip.
You hear Santos at the door of the girls' bathroom asking for me, and I don't know why, I don't know how, but they let him in. And he came in to the girls' bathroom, into the stall I'm at. And like I said, I couldn't even, like, control my own body. Like, it was really bad. And then he starts getting his, I don't know how to say it without getting filtered, like cocoa. Starts getting that out. He puts it on his finger, and he just, as I'm sitting on the, like, sitting still, he tries putting it up my nose, and it's just like grabbing my face and trying to put it up there. And I just remember, like, going, like, trying to move my head, so, like, dodging it, because I've never done that in my life. I had no intentions to ever do that in my life, and it was just really scary. And as I was saying that, like, I was mumbling, like, no, like, no. And that's when he starts slapping me in my face and tells me that I'm causing a scene and that I need to shut up. And mind you, like, when he's, like, slapping me, he's just going like this, like, back and forth so much times. And then eventually he gets me up, and he has to basically assist me out of the bathroom. And from there, like, we went, he assists me outside of the club.
According to Angelina, Santos didn't just abuse her, he also forced her to travel to Mexico with him the very next morning. Why? Because apparently he left his phone there. That's right, he allegedly violated her, then forced her into a trip over a cell phone.
He has to help me, assist me up the stairs, because in my apartments I'm on the second floor, so there's a staircase that I had to get up, and he had to help me out because I just couldn't, like I said, control my own body. And he brings me to my room, and he lays me on my bed. I'm sorry.
I know what part you're getting to. Just try to filter it as much as. Okay.
Yeah. He lays me on my bed, and he just starts removing my clothes, taking them off. And this might be TMI, but I was on my period at the time, and so after he took my off, he starts removing the tampon. He removes it from me and just takes it out, and that's when he started asking me, and I just couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything. Like, I just felt so helpless. I couldn't do anything.
Angelina called the entire incident traumatizing, dehumanizing, and terrifying. But instead of being met with empathy and support, she was greeted with skepticism and victim blaming. The same old, tired nonsense. Why didn't she report it sooner? Why didn't she go to the police? As if victims owe the world immediate access to their pain. Meanwhile, Santos responded exactly how you'd expect, by calling her a liar. He said that Angelina flew him out, that she begged him to visit, and that she was just looking for clout by ruining his name. He also told her to go to the police if her claims were real, knowing full well how hard it is for victims to navigate that system.
This is a serious topic, so I only had to address it one time, and that's it. All right? See you on the live.
All right, I'm only gonna address this one time and only one time, just because this girl is not gonna get the attention that she wants. First of all, I'm addressing all the, like, you know, the ubas emoji yucky putting in my comments. No, I did not ever do that to anybody. I'm so against that. I was even in the military for that. I was a SARC leader. You know, I'm really against that. So this is a serious topic that I feel like a lot of people should not joke around about, or even troll, or even try to make a rumor about it. If the girl is really trying to be serious about it, why are you so afraid to even go to the police station if you're doing it on the internet? You know, if you're gonna already do this, I would say recommend go to the police station right away if I really did that, which I know I didn't do it, because first date, she flew me out. She has sent me messages saying that she wanted to hang out with me. Why? Because she was chasing clout. Same way that she reached out to GTA, sent him $500. The same way she reached out to me, she tried to pay for my flight. She tried to, you know, for me, I travel with a sponsor. You know, like for me, it's work to be doing social media, collabs and everything. This girl was on other attentions. She was trying to go into more deeper. Right away, she had already made a move. Second day, I was already trying to leave. I was going to Tijuana and she wanted to come with me, tag along. I let her tag along, and that's from when we had gone to a club out there. She had completely passed out. She did some certain substances in the restroom. Everyone there, security, managers, everyone was recording her like throwing up. She was making a big scene. I picked her up. I was in an all-white outfit. All-white outfit. It was a different all-white outfit from the one event. But I had throw up all over my outfit, and this girl was the one, you know, causing problems, causing scenes. She was the one over drinking. This girl was the one causing problems. From the very beginning, we had already ran across problems. She was the reason why I had gotten my phone stolen. She was the reason for a lot of bad things that happened to me from San Diego to Tijuana. You know, she was a pain in the butt. After this experience, I cut her off completely. I didn't know she was texting Des the whole time, trying to make me look bad. So this whole situation is gonna blow out over, because I know I never did that. But the thing is, you know, you shouldn't be joking around about a topic like that, or even making up something like that. This is a serious topic, and I say that, you know, SARC SA is something acceptable on this platform. If a creator ever does that, if a creator ever comes across that, that should be addressed. But first, before anything on social media, go to the police. I recommend to go make a report. You know, this happens to a lot of people daily. This isn't something to joke around about. But yeah, I say that this topic is over. I'm only gonna touch on it once. I'm taking this video down once everyone sees this video. I want y'all to know that I would never do anything like this, okay?
Now look, we're not here to speak on Angelina's behalf, but we are here to remind you that Santos is not exactly the most credible human being. This is the same guy who responded to Mesh's accusations of abuse by saying she was into witchcraft.
For me, she was trying to like win me over, and I had completely told her, no, I don't want nothing more than friends.
Do you think, aside from her doing Santeria, do you think that there's also other influencers around this entire circle that also do Santeria and sort of witchcraft, you know what I'm saying, to get that fame?
But yeah, one time she had FaceTime me, and this is the craziest thing, which I can't even figure it out this day. She lit up a lot of yellow candles, and I started observing. You know, fame, money. And then what I started noticing, she FaceTimed me one time. She was going over to, I don't even want to say too much. This is every time I tell someone this story, it's something always happens. But I know God's powerful. He's going to protect me. But Gia's mom passed away with her in the house alone.
Gia's mom did?
Yeah, Gia was
So let's get this straight. When one girl accuses you of abuse, maybe there's room for doubt. When two come forward, red flags. But when 3 and counting speak out, and their stories are eerily consistent, it's not a coincidence, it's a pattern. One of these other women shared her story in a now viral TikTok. And although she didn't drop every detail, you could tell she was visibly shaken. Like Angelina, she also claimed that Santos hopped into her bed when she was not in a sober state.
When I just saw, I don't know where, I don't see the friend, and I'm like just laying down on the bed, like I'm just like, what is going on, you know? My body felt so heavy, like I don't even know how to explain it. My body felt so heavy. I couldn't get up the bed. I couldn't like even talk. It felt like I was like in a sleep paralysis. And then I just see Santos like coming into my bed, and he was like, I'm gonna f you so good. And I'm just like, what is going on?
Bruh.
So we ask again, Santos, is she also lying? Or are we starting to see a repeat behavior here, one that's getting harder and harder for you to deny? Then there's Tessa. You might have seen her post floating around TikTok. She says that Santos messaged her while he had nowhere to stay, asking if he could crash at her house. She didn't want to be rude, so she let him in. According to Tessa, once Santos got there, he began touching her without consent, while her mom and sister were literally in the same house. Later, he just announced he was going to take a shower without asking, and then insisted that Tessa join him. She said no. He didn't listen. She said it again. He still refused to leave her alone.
And my sister's done cooking, everyone's done eating, whatever, fine. He says, oh, I'm gonna take a shower. I'm like, oh, like, what? So, my mom's in her room, my sister's in her room. Okay. He goes to take a shower. Like, he doesn't even ask. He literally goes on his own to take the shower. And, dude, he tried, like, he kept, like, pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. He was like, just stay in here with me, just stay in here. Da-da-da-da. You could just sit down and wait for me. Da-da-da-da. Like, literally, I kept saying, no. Like, I felt like I was about, like, that was assault at that point. Like, I literally kept trying to push myself away, and, like,
Now sure, this might not fall under the strict legal definition of assault, but it's definitely harassment, and it shows an entitled, manipulative pattern that's hard to ignore, especially when it keeps happening again and again and again. But while we're talking about disturbing patterns, let's also talk about the fact that Santos seems to have made a career out of couch surfing. This guy acts like a TikTok mogul, throwing around accusations that other people owe him money, and flexing like he earns 6 figures from his content. But behind the scenes, he's basically homeless, hopping from house to house, using women for shelter, and leeching off of anyone who let him in the door. A girl named Araceli confirmed this, saying Santos stayed with her family and used her only for a place to stay. And guess what? She's not alone. According to her, Santos has done this with multiple girls, manipulating his way into their homes and overstaying his welcome every single time.
Gang, petty gang, rich baby daddy gang.
There is even a video of him sleeping on the floor, where a guy who used to live with him said they were both basically homeless, just doing what they could to survive.
Good dude. I've been hanging out with him. Santos is the guy. We're both homeless, bro. We're both kicking together. Fuck. We're traveling the world together.
At least Santos trusts me. I love you, Santos. Te voy a dar un verga mañana, güey. Hugo is a dishonorable piece of shit, so give me back his chain and I'm gonna steal yours.
So not only is Santos a serial manipulator, alleged abuser, liar, and grifter, he's also faking a lifestyle he doesn't even live. And yet he walks around acting like the victim, like people are just trying to tear him down because he's successful. No, Santos, people are calling you out because the stories are piling up. And no amount of deflection, denial, or accusations of clout chasing is going to wash that away. Before we move on to the next chapter in this ongoing disaster, we need to show you a clip where Santos jokes about something extremely sensitive. In this video, Santos can be heard lightly suggesting that he often forgets to check people's ages on their profiles before talking to them. Now let's pause for a second. Santos, you already have a long list of disturbing allegations against you. Sexual abuse, manipulation, harassment, and now you're casually joking about forgetting to verify someone's age? Why are you so desperately volunteering to be labeled a predator too? We're not sure if he thought this was edgy, funny, or relatable, but it's none of those things. If anything, it's a new low in a saga that somehow keeps getting worse. And honestly, if you have to joke about possibly talking to minors, you clearly lack even the most basic level of emotional maturity or human decency. Anyway, since we've already gone over all the allegations against Santos, let's now talk about the infamous interview he did with Camila Arroyo. Now, he addressed a lot in this interview. All of the allegations we discussed above, yeah, he responded to every single one of them. But let's be real, he did not come out of this interview looking any better. If anything, the inconsistencies in his stories, the vague answers, the convenient memory loss, and his blatant habit of deflecting the blame onto literally everyone else made things look even worse. Instead of clearing his name, the interview felt like a chaotic PR stunt. Let's start with the first thing that struck us as deeply weird. Camille asked how he got started on TikTok. Santos responded by saying that he started gifting people on the app. Yup. His first step to internet stardom was dropping money on live streams. When asked how exactly that launched his career, he mumbled something vague and never really explained it. So basically, he threw money at random TikTokers until they noticed him. That's likely how he ended up in the orbit of Shawty Bay and Ash Trevino, and we all know how that spiraled. Then Camilla asked him where he got the money to do all his gifting. And guess what? He didn't answer that either. He dodged the question entirely, which obviously raises even more questions. If the money came from a legal source, why be so shady about it?
Dokładnie. Jak to się zaczęło z twoją karierą? Wiesz. Skąd wziąłeś pieniądze, żeby po prostu dawać ludziom? O, mój Boże, o nie. Okej, kropka, w porządku. No cóż, w każdym razie, chyba była jakaś nielegalna działalność. Nie, kropka, okej. Okej. Więc to zainspirowało cię do kariery w mediach społecznościowych.
Moving on, Camille asked him what the craziest DM he ever received was. Santos initially claimed that Ashley sent him a nude, like a full-on pic of her new. But then he backtracked in real time, saying, well, she was trying to get back at me. Get back at him for what, exactly? No one knows. This guy talks in unfinished thoughts and lies like it's a second language.
What's the craziest DM you've ever received?
Oh my gosh.
Are there a lot of them that you're thinking about?
Miss Nunu showed me the Nunu. I need water.
He also claimed in this interview that he wished the controversy with Ashley had never happened.
If you could erase one controversy from your past, what would it be?
Oh, the Nunu thing? Yeah.
You would go back on that. You would have never had that happen.
100%, like.
Really?
Okay, sure, that's cute. Except, let's not kid ourselves, he literally built his entire internet persona off the back of that train wreck. If this whole mess with Ashley didn't blow up on TikTok, nobody would have even known who Santos is. He went from being a nobody with thirst traps and no personality to suddenly being part of TikTok's most talked about situation, all thanks to Ashley. And now he wants us to believe he regrets it, please. That's not regret, that's rebranding. And let's not forget, he still name drops Ashley at every possible opportunity. Whether it's in TikToks, live streams, or interviews, he just can't help himself. So for him to sit there and act like this was all some tragic detour in his life that he wishes never happened, that's laughable. If anything, he's milking it for every last drop of relevance he can get. Now, on the topic of his fake military ID, Camilla did ask about it. Santos doubled down again. He said he served 6 months in the military and was discharged because of an injury. He also claimed the police never confiscated his military ID when they showed up at Ashley's house. According to him, he only showed them a photo of it on his phone, so technically he might still have it, which he could still be using to go clubbing or drink, both of which he's not legally allowed to do if he's really 19 or 20.
6 months. Why were you discharged?
I was over there in Brickell for 2 months.
Wait, so what is everybody saying about a fake military ID thing?
Bro, they're not, it's a real military ID. The only thing I did was mess with the back part of it so I could keep doing the things I do for work.
Why did the authorities confiscate your military ID if it was legitimate?
They didn't take nothing away. It was just a picture.
So why did you hand them your military ID?
I didn't hand them nothing.
After this, there was a discussion about him being a deadbeat dad. Santos claims he sees his daughter every week and that just because he doesn't post about it doesn't mean it's not happening. According to him, he's a great father. But when Camilla asked about the baby mama, he was unnaturally silent. He didn't want to talk about her at all.
Why are you not as present as you would like to be? I feel like it's in your control.
It's just I don't have to post with my baby girl. So I don't announce when I go see her.
What does that mean?
Like,
are there nights where you have her, like overnight?
No.
Why?
Because I just got my house in San Antonio.
Okay, so
I was traveling out of town for work.
Right. So why is it that people claim, for example, TikTokers like 2K, when you guys go live together, call you a deadbeat dad? Why is it that people make these assumptions? Okay. All right. It is alleged that you cheated on your baby mama. Is that true? Or how could that have been perceived by the public?
First of all, like, me and my baby mama are in good terms.
Awesome. That's really good. That's very important.
I met her at church. You know, I come from a family that, pushes religion.
Right.
Well, there's a vague TikTok video of him suggesting that his baby mama cheated on him. We don't know if there's any truth to this claim, though.
Drinking whiskey at the bar. Thinking about you when you're gone. I pay you.
However, during a live session, he said that both of them separated because he had some issues with her mom and he crashed out.
What happened between you and her? I got her pregnant and her mom was not happy. And they basically separated us and, I folded. I acted out, you know. Cartier ring. Roses with money in the bouquet. I might do that. Yeah, I might do that instead. I'll do that instead. Put your faith in God. Yeah. Pin that, Birdie. Can someone pin that? Birdie's coming. Actions over gifts. I'm always gonna do actions over gifts. I'll get off TikTok once I have my family back. I don't have to get off TikTok. But I can always inspire someone. Did you cheat? No. I did not cheat. I didn't cheat. She cheated on. Oh, she didn't really like physically cheat on me, but like when we started dating very young. We started dating when we were like 15. We did something, and I crashed out. I was in a horn back then. I'm not like that no more. I already went to take it to the grave point. Take what to the grave? I'm sorry. Take what to the grave? Take what to the grave? Exactly. Cállese el puto chico. Trying to get back. Yes. I've always been trying to get back. I gave up. I give up on her. I give up on myself.
As we already told you, we can't fully trust him on anything because he keeps changing his story every freaking time. Speaking about the serious and damning allegations of abuse, he once again claimed that everyone was lying and doing this for clout. He mentioned that Angelina was actually his ex's friend, and this whole friend group was obsessed with him and did it together to get him canceled from the platform. In Santos' own words, he was filing a defamation lawsuit against all of them, even though he didn't share specific details about this alleged lawsuit. What he did say, however, is that he had screenshots and proofs that show that these girls all teamed up together to chase clout and tarnish his already tarnished reputation. Camilla also circled back to his infamous situationship with Ashley. She asked if it was all fake or if there were real feelings involved. According to Santos, while things started for clout, they eventually became real, at least on his end. He claimed to care about both Ashley and Shawty Bay, but said Ashley ended up owing him money and talking badly about him, which made him resent her.
After serious allegations emerged, what's your response?
I mean, I didn't really use them for clout. I actually cared for those people.
Sure, Santos, you cared. That's why you mocked her publicly, exploited her for views, and got a tattoo of her genitalia nickname. Sounds like love. Then came one of the ickiest moments in the entire interview. Santos admitted he likes cougars. If you're unfamiliar, that means older women who seek relationships with younger men. Given all the speculation about his age and how he inserts himself into strange power dynamics, that admission is not great.
I do have a thing for like cougars.
For what?
Cougars.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love.
So you enjoy an older woman?
Yeah.
Do you lie about your age to attract these older women?
No, not
because you know if you told them your real age, they'd probably be like, ugh. Or are some women into you being young?
Well, to be honest, I don't go and look for like girls.
Oh, they find you.
Yeah,
the cougars just like latch onto you.
Yeah,
You're like a cougar magnet.
A huevo.
When discussing whether he and Ashley were ever sexually involved, Santos said no. He claims they never even kissed. That's in direct contradiction to what Ashley said in her own live sessions, where she claimed he forced her to give him a BJ and that she had seen his private parts.
Both accused each other. So here's a video.
Because he was like, no, you're gonna do it right now. And he came and put it in my mouth.
So basically, she's trying to like blend in with the girls because they're like, she knew what she was doing. Like she even texted me like sorry and everything, and I called her out right after. I was like, oh, I did this and that, and then she was like, no, you didn't, but you just said it on live.
We already told you, with these people, you never know what to believe. Now let's address the claim that Santos once pulled a gun on a girl who was recording him. Camilla brought it up directly, and there's a clip circulating where the girl recounts the story. She said Santos allegedly pointed a gun at her and threatened her to delete a video she had taken of him. Of course, Santos denied this like he denies literally everything.
He was on the phone with her. Like manipulating her, so I started recording the conversation and so I could show her because she was blacked out. And then he noticed that and he told his cousin, I don't know if it was his cousin or his friend, to pull out like a. Well, can I say that word on here?
I mean, it's too late now for that particular time, but.
And he pointed it at me, and he told me to delete it.
Really?
So one of his friends took away my phone and deleted it, and then one of the girls got off the car with me in the middle of nowhere.
At the time of this interview, there were already rumors swirling that Santos was starting an OnlyFans career. He had allegedly posted explicit videos of himself on Twitter and claimed they got leaked. But during the podcast, he confirmed that he was planning to start OnlyFans as a side hustle. And as we all know, he is with Brie Olson now. We found out through TikTok that they're both now apparently recording OnlyFans content together. Besides all of this, Camille also asked him about his age again. Santos claims that Ashley always knew how old he was, that he never lied to her in person. According to him, even her daughters were his fans and knew his real age before he ever met Ashley. Now that might be true, but here's the thing. Ashley acted completely shocked when the police showed up at her house and told her Santos was 19, so someone's lying. But again, with this entire circle of unhinged personalities, it's hard to believe anyone. Now, before we go ahead, we'd like to share a very weird fact about Santos. He often wears this black glove on his right hand during live streams, especially when he's trying to threaten or intimidate people. Some say it's his attempt to look like a mafia boss. When Camille asked about it, his answer was as vague and performative as the glove itself.
Get out the. Oh my God, bro. Y'all don't listen for shit, and that's the shit that pisses me off. Y'all are stupid. Y'all are stupid. I told y'all, get out the Riverwalk. You're in a downtown public area with people that don't even have licenses for that shit. Do you think that I'm just saying that for no reason, Ashley? You know those kids don't even. You know those kids. No, I'm Ashley. I'm talking to you serious. You know those kids don't even have parents that are gonna help them out.
Also, why was he talking through gritted teeth the entire interview? It was like he was trying to keep his dentures from flying out. Even Camilla noticed and said he wasn't very communicative. She had to constantly pull answers out of him, like she was conducting an interrogation, not an interview. He only said what he wanted to say and ignored the rest. So overall, the interview was a mess. He dodged every important question, gave half-truths, and doubled down on stories that have already been publicly debunked. If this was his chance to clear his name, he failed spectacularly. But maybe that was the point. Santos doesn't want to clear his name. He wants to stay relevant no matter the cost, even if it means airing out lies, starting drama, and throwing everyone under the bus while he plays the victim. And that's exactly what this entire interview is about, keeping his name alive in the worst way possible. So after creating all this drama on social media and attracting tons of clout, where do you think Santos must be now? Well, he's right here. Loud, messy, and still somehow relevant. He's not going anywhere anytime soon, unfortunately. His personality is still the same, his content is still brain-melting, and his online presence is still a walking red flag in real time. And now for the latest chapter in the never-ending circus that is his life. Santos is officially dating none other than Brie Olson.
I have the one and only 24 karat gold Labubu. Now, this is real.
Yes, Brie Olson, the one who lost custody of her child after kidnapping him and running off to LA like it was some low-budget Netflix thriller. And guess who was cheering her on from the sidelines like a Dollar Tree ride or die? Yup, Santos. He didn't just support her from afar. Oh no, our man Santos was in it. He argued with the authorities on her behalf, helped her hide the baby in LA, and enabled her every wild court-violating decision. Don't believe us? Just watch this clip of the authorities catching up with Brie at Universal Studios after she took her son there. Against a court order, mind you.
Yo, she got things to do this.
Yeah.
Just give him room, okay? Bro, but she got things to do this. Just give him room. But she got things to do this.
Can we get the baby?
Now listen carefully. Did you hear that voice in the background say, "She's got things to do this weekend though"? That's our guy Santos, showing once again that his mouth and his brain are absolutely not in sync. We don't know how he manages to say the dumbest possible thing in every single scenario, but it's kind of his superpower at this point. Looking at the two of them now, it's hard not to say it. This might be the most chaotic match made in TikTok hell. Both have abandoned their kids. Both act completely unhinged online. Both have a rich history of cheating on their exes. And the best part, they admit it on camera, smiling, like it's something to be proud of. And let's not forget, they were literally fooling around with each other while both were still technically seeing other people. Extremely classy. But apparently all of that's behind them now, because things are serious between these two. Santos has even proposed to Bree, and no, it's not satire, he actually did it. And she said yes. And to top it all off, they've publicly announced that they're having a baby together.
Look how fake that is. Oh my god. I was like, no. And then I took 2 digitals after that. And then I went to the doctor, and then I got it confirmed at the doctor. And then I got my first ultrasound, which we'll post a video soon. And then I got my first ultrasound just to see how far along I am and the due date and all that. And the due date is Santos's birthday. Like, telling him was super cute. So yeah, we're excited. And also tomorrow. What? There's a few people that kept the secret. Ruby knew, Jack and Christy knew.
According to one of Santos's TikToks, their baby's due date is the same as his birthday, because of course it is. Nothing like bringing a child into the world as a chaotic birthday gift to yourself. Now this is the part where most people would say, oh, congratulations. But in this case, we're scared, deeply scared, for the baby. Because here's the deal. These two don't exactly have the best parenting track records. Santos has been called a deadbeat dad more times than we can count. He rarely ever talks about his daughter. And when people bring her up, he either dodges the question or suddenly forgets she exists. And Bree, well, the entire internet saw what happened. She took her baby to a content house in LA without informing the father, 2K, and violated multiple court orders while doing it. She repeatedly stated on live that she didn't want to move to Texas because, and we quote, she was in the prime of her life and having fun in LA. You know who doesn't get to say that? A parent in a custody battle. And yet both of them still somehow believed they were wronged. They act like their kids were ripped away unfairly, completely bypassing the fact that their own reckless behavior led to these custody decisions. So when they now tell the world they're ready to become parents again, it's concerning, deeply concerning. Because, let's be real, bringing a child into this chaos isn't cute. It's a red flag with a birth certificate.
I got you. She really it's because our families didn't get to experience having the baby. They didn't get to experience like the grandma part. So when they ripped away our babies, like, you know.
And at the same time, like, whatever our situations are, they are like, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like our parents should have at least gotten that.
Still, we genuinely, and we mean this, hope that this time around they figure it out. Because a child doesn't deserve to grow up in a circus where both parents are too busy chasing clout to attend parent-teacher meetings. Now back to the timeline. Both Santos and Bree recently gave an interview together, and let's just say it didn't exactly scream mature, stable adults. Both casually admitted to cheating on their former partners, like it was nothing. And when the topic of Ashley Trevino came up, Bree said she doesn't associate with her anymore. Santos, for his part, claimed he was done with Ashley. He even said he got his infamous Nunu tattoo, the one inspired by Ashley's viral song, covered up.
In an email that I got back recently, yes, I'm still working on getting that account
Can't you just not associate with her?
I mean, now we don't, because she's brought us so much.
I had a Nunu tattoo.
Yeah, we had to cover it because I think it was bad luck, seriously.
Whoa.
Yeah, so we don't associate with her anymore just because even though she brought money, she brought more, like...
Cute story, Santos, except for one small problem. Not long after saying this, he posted another TikTok about Ashley, again. So you say you're done with Ashley, but you still post about her, still talk about her, still milk the entire situation for views. Are we seeing a pattern here? Santos might be dating Bree now, might be expecting a baby, might even be calling himself changed. But let's not pretend the man's suddenly reformed. His whole brand was built on drama, exploitation, and controversy, and nothing about him screams growth. At the end of the day, this story isn't just about Santos. It's about a cycle of online chaos where people exploit others, fabricate lies, manipulate narratives, and hurt real people, all in the name of clout. And now they're adding a new person into this mess, a literal child. So while the internet may watch, comment, and laugh at the drama unfolding on their screens, let's not forget that behind all these live streams and TikToks are actual consequences, and actual people, and now an actual baby. And just when you thought this story couldn't get any more chaotic, let's talk about the Catalina Island incident. Because yes, even a simple weekend getaway turns into a full-blown scandal with these two. So there's been some news floating around the internet that Santos was actually arrested about a month ago while he and Bree were vacationing with friends on Catalina Island. Yup, arrested, as in handcuffs and all. And no, this isn't a rumor. There are actual police documents confirming that he was taken into custody on the island.
13th, Santos was arrested for DV. Is an arrest record for Santos for DV to a partner. Bail was set for $20,000, but he was bonded out on June 4th.
As soon as this news broke, TikTok went into a frenzy. People immediately assumed the worst, that Santos had been arrested for domestic violence, and Bree was the alleged victim. TikTok creators flooded the app with content, many coming out in full support of Bree. The general assumption that Santos had done something unforgivable and Bree was finally done with him.
I honestly feel like people say that Brianna deserves it and they try and defend these actions because when she was in her relationship with 2K and there was DV, they defended 2K by saying, well, Brianna brought that out of him because they call it reactionary abuse.
The baby mama wouldn't testify against him. So
That's what I'm saying. There's something suspicious. No, she didn't sound like herself. Girl, I told you dump his ass. I done told you.
But hold on, because that's not what actually happened. At first, Bree didn't clarify much. She posted a cryptic story basically saying that both of them were going through something and that people should respect their privacy. Then, during a live session not long after, she finally decided to address the situation head on. And according to Bree herself, yes, Santos was detained, but no, he did not lay hand on her. She said it wasn't domestic violence. According to Bree, some of her so-called friends who were with them on the trip leaked the info that Santos had allegedly gotten physical, and that's what started the internet wildfire. But Bree denied those claims and insisted that Santos never raised his hand on her.
Here's what happened before I talk about anything else. This dumb bitch, this little Chucky with the yellow teeth, the one that stalks me, literally wants to be in my skin. Her and her little boyfriend, the one that's in love with me, they called Ruby and MJ to try and get tea on me because they know that something happened this weekend. Even though they talk shit about Ruby and MJ because they think that we're not cool. Ruby just said, but Vale has me effed up lying on my name because she was just sitting on live with her yellow ass teeth in her motel room, part 2, saying, I called Ruby and she told me everything that happened. I know that Santos put his hands on Bree. Okay, before I even get into the fucking details, let me say this. He did not put his hands on me. He did not. Okay? So there's no way that Ruby said that, and she recorded the whole phone call because she doesn't trust your ass. So anyways, so I've just been playing the phone call.
That makes sense to you? On a personal level, but yeah, it was just, to be honest, I was more so calling to check up on MJ.
Okay, yeah, he left his phone right here charging. I will definitely let him know.
Hi, Zobby's mom.
Okay, well, are you guys cool still, or what's the situation?
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a long story. It's a lot going on. So I think
doesn't sound like she said anything.
As soon as everyone's ready to talk about it, I think it'll get put out there. But I am personally not ready to talk about nothing.
Well, health-wise, everyone's good then?
Yeah, everyone's good health-wise.
Well, I'm not recording this, and I don't have TikTok anymore to fucking try to
You know
do
you don't
something
have
with it, so
TikTok, like a good boy.
I'm
Yeah.
reaching out to see if he's all right, if he could be called back up.
I will definitely let him know. All right. Thanks for reaching out.
Okay, and that's the end of the phone call. So that's all. So how is she gonna sit here and say, Ruby, I called Ruby and she told me everything. Santos did this, Santos did that. You don't know anything. I just showed the whole phone call. You called acting like a stalker weirdo with your stalker ass man. And Ruby sat there and said, what? We're good. Yeah, we'll talk about it when we're ready. You don't know shit, bitch. Nobody gives a fuck what you have to say if you're not talking about me. Cut it. Cut it. Anyways, but yeah, there is a lot to get into. So to start, let's see. But yes, we did lie Saturday night about, you know, Santos being asleep. That night he was detained in the jail on Avalon, Catalina Island. We did lie because it was just something that happened so unexpectedly, and it was just so, like, we were so in shock that we were just like, you know what? It's really no one's business right now, you know? So we didn't stream the next day, and that's why we didn't stream. But, okay, hold on. I wrote notes because I don't want to say anything that didn't happen, and I don't want people assuming things. Wait, hold on.
She didn't go into detail about what exactly happened between them to warrant a call to the cops, but she made one thing very clear. Whatever happened that weekend on Catalina Island, it wasn't about abuse. Now, of course, that doesn't mean we should just shrug and move on, because the guy still got arrested. He was detained and later released on bond, which means something serious did happen. Well, in a live session some days later, Bree explained that Santos wasn't arrested because he hit her. Apparently, he was just emotionally overwhelmed by internet hate and drank himself into a frenzy. According to Bree, Santos was extremely upset because all of the things people were saying about him online. You know, those tiny little things like being called a liar, a cheater, a predator, a grifter, a fake veteran, a deadbeat dad, and an all-around walking lawsuit. So what did our emotionally fragile king do? He drank a lot, and then according to Bree, he started spiraling. He says he got out of control, punching things, hitting rocks, and basically acting like a full-blown man-child. She claimed that it got so bad, her friends couldn't even calm him down, and that's why the cops were called, not because he laid a hand on her.
We went to Catalina, Santos, and this is something we found out later. Obviously, we didn't know in the moment. We're just, shocked. So the night that we get there, it's vibes. We're having a good time. It's beautiful. He's never been there. I remember having a conversation with him in private on the boat, and I was like, this weekend's for you. This is for Father's Day, so I get your mind off everything. I want you to just enjoy yourself, have a good time. Let's have a good stream. Let's make content. Everything that we love to do together and travel and just have a good time, sit on the beach, drink some pina coladas. I was just this weekend's for you, and I literally pulled him to the side while we were on the boat on the way there, and I was like, I whispered to him. I said, I can't wait to spend this weekend with you and make memories with you. And he was like, yeah, I can't wait. And then we get to Catalina and everything's fine. And I guess he's just so fucking upset about, obviously everything that you guys say to people online affects them. And he's so upset about everything that people are saying to him about Father's Day and his daughter. And he gets really, really drunk to where it's not you're trying to drink and have a good time. It's you're trying to drink to really mask what you're going through. And I noticed that because I've seen that, I've been through that. And so I feel that's what he was doing. And when me, MJ, and Ruby talked about it the next day, we definitely agreed, that's for sure what it was. He was just, people were saying stuff. It was Father's Day weekend. Everything got to him, and I truly think that he was just trying to find a way to just hide his pain. Without saying too much, I just want to say, no, he did not put his hands on me. The police were called. There was definitely some bickering, for sure, because mind you, we're all sober and he's drunk, and he's strong. He's a lot bigger than us. We can't really control a drunk guy. Can you control anyone that's drunk? Not really, right? Especially somebody that's so emotionally drunk. That's the scary part. And so we're literally just in our golf cart. He's freaking out. It just was an hour-long thing. We finally get him back to the Airbnb to try and calm him down, tell him to stop drinking. We're trying to reason with him, but when you're trying to reason with somebody that's drunk, it's talking to a wall, I'm sure.
Now, the internet being the internet didn't exactly take this explanation at face value. Because let's be real, this story sounds just a little too convenient. A lot of people believe that Bree is simply covering for Santos, trying to smooth things over so she doesn't look bad. And why would she be so eager to control the narrative? Oh, right, the ongoing custody battle with her baby daddy, 2K. Let's connect the dots here. Everyone already knows that Bree and Santos live together, so if a judge finds out that Santos is a heavy drinker with violent tendencies who ends up in handcuffs on romantic getaways, yeah, that's not going to look great in family court, especially when Bree is trying to argue that she's the more stable parent. So what does Bree do? She spins a very emotional story where Santos is the poor misunderstood soul, victim of online hate, and definitely not a domestic abuser. Because if she admits otherwise, that he did hurt her or that he's dangerous, it could seriously mess up her chances of getting her son back. Bree also said during the live that they might be taking a break, claiming she wants to focus more on her son right now. A noble statement, sure, but saying it and doing it are two very different things. And well, Bree isn't exactly known for consistency.
He was just screaming down there like by himself. Like he was punching the water, punching the rocks. So we just decided that like, since we're going to Texas this weekend, I'm gonna go see my son. He has an event in New Mexico that he's going to. When we go to Texas this weekend, he's just gonna move back to Texas. I'm gonna stay in LA, and we're just gonna like, I wouldn't call it like, it is a breakup. It's like we're taking time apart because my main focus right now, like, and this is what Santos wants from me as well, is just like, my main focus needs to be my son, and he respects that about me. And so he was just like, okay, we just need space apart so that I can focus on, because I'm going through things too, and he's obviously going through things, and we just need like space apart to heal. And like, I don't know, we're not ending on like a bad term. I wouldn't even use the word end. We're just like taking time apart.
Because just 12 hours ago, Santos posted a fresh TikTok featuring both of them, and spoiler alert, they looked very much together. So that whole we're taking a break narrative, it's already unraveling.
I have the one and only 24 karat gold Labubu. Now, this is real.
So no, it doesn't look like they're breaking up. It doesn't even look like they've considered breaking up. They're still living together, still online, and still getting ready to bring a whole new human into this world. After going through everything we've just discussed, it's honestly hard to believe that Santos is even a real person and not some character written for a messy reality show. From lying about his age, faking military credentials, and claiming to have 2 college degrees at 19, to allegations of abuse, cheating, manipulating women, scamming for clout, and being a deadbeat dad, Santos has pretty much checked off every red flag imaginable. We've covered his rocky relationships, including the chaos with Mecca, Angelina, and Ashley, all the way to his current roller coaster romance with Brie Olson, who herself isn't exactly drama-free. So what's next in this absolute circus? Do you think Santos and Brie will finally get their act together and be decent parents? Or will this just be the start of even more chaos? Is redemption even possible for people who thrive on controversy? Let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss the next chapter of this ongoing mess.